All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, for the truth of the scriptures. And I just wanted to do a little response video. I've been watching a couple of debates lately from a YouTube channel that goes by the name of Modern Day Debates. Okay, I've been really watching a lot of these videos on there because they're very entertaining, very great information. I highly recommend everybody check that channel out. If I remember, I will put a link in the comment section down below, but if I do forget, the name of the YouTube channel is Modern Day Debates. Go subscribe to them and watch those videos, man. Anyway, I just wanted to do a little commentary on a few debates I was watching, which I forget one of the the atheist name, who was fighting for evolution, but I do know the guy who was defending creation, which his name was Nephilim Free, which he has a YouTube channel as well. Look him up on YouTube, Nephilim Free. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to speak about this topic of evolution. Okay, because there's a few points that would come to mind, man. Okay, because if you listen to what they're saying, right, about how everything evolved from nothing, right? That everything just came from a massive explosion, right? Now, even if that's the case, right? Here's one thing they skip over, right? Now, let's just say some miracle happened where a living organism was formed from nothing, keep in mind. But here's the problem. Even if that did happen, right? How could that one magic living organism have another living organism that they both didn't just come into existence? No, but they both, how could they have had sexual reproduction? How could they have reproduced with one another to create more organisms? Okay, because if you don't have that, well, then guess what? You can't evolve nowhere, because without that reproduction capability, there would be obviously no more creatures that could evolve. So nobody can prove how this happened. It just we'll skip over that part. That's all they'll do. They'll pretend that that's not a logical question to ask. Okay, and then I mean, hell, that's strike one right there. That's a spiritual KO right there. All right, that's strike one. Okay, how the hell, if everything came from nothing, right? How can you have two organisms who are the same, but they can reproduce with one another? You can't have that unless that's divinely created and designed. There's no other way that that could happen. Okay, and then another thing as well, another aspect, is that everything came from nothing, right? Everything evolved from basically the same thing as what they're saying, right? Everything, evolved, right, from the sea. And Nephilim Free brought out a great point, right? Because if we came from the sea, right, basically he was saying that over a process of millions of years, the fishes started to to leap out of the waters and start to eventually be able to breathe on land. Well, here's the problem. What happens when you take a fish and you put it on land? Everybody knows the fish will eventually die within a few minutes, right? That's a provable fact. Every fish, doesn't matter what it is, will die within a few minutes of being put on the land outside of the water. Okay, so guess what? With that being said, there's no way that fishes could have came from the water onto the land and evolved on the land. There's no way it could have been done, because everybody knows that fishes, right, they had to breathe, through water. That's why they have gills. Okay, and that's why land animals have lungs, which they cannot breathe in the water. Okay, because they are divinely created to be that way. Okay, the fishes could never come on land and just magically start living up there, and if you give it, a few million years, it could happen. I mean, how the hell could it happen? Because every fish that ever comes on land dies. So how could, by logic, how could the mammals, right, or how could the animals, evolve from the sea onto the land? and then so on and so forth. Absolutely ridiculous. And then second of all, well, I should say third, because the third point, which I gotta start wrapping up here. But the third point I'd like to bring up is, right, if everything evolved from basically the same things, right? The animals, yeah, started to come, on land from the sea. Fair enough. We'll just go with that. But here's the problem: how could you go from a little, say, tadpole-sized creature, right, to something the size of a whale, right, which their body system is completely different, right? Not on just a scale of their gigantic um you know length, right, and their bones, but what they eat as well. So I mean, at what point could have all of this changed? I mean, it doesn't make any logical sense in any way, shape, and form. But then third, or I should say fourth, just for a little bonus, there's no bones that have been found of these creatures evolving. Like, there's no bones that have been found of a half fish, half land creature. For an example, there should be billions of these skeletons that we've found, but we've never found any of them. The only ones that they claim we found are admitted to be frauds and fakes. They were just created to trick the masses of people. Right? They were just sewn together. They got random parts of animals and just put them together, just to push the false idea together. That's all they did. Anyway, my recorder is going to be cutting off in just a few moments here. So I'm just going to wrap up the video with that. Once again, I want to give a shout out to the YouTube channel, Modern Day Debates. Right, go subscribe to their YouTube channel. And of course, I'll also say, Nephilim Free is doing a very good job, man. Right, to making those entertaining debates, man. Okay, with these atheists out here, man, and these evolutionists. Okay, so major shout out to him. Go subscribe to his page. Okay, anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna say shalom.